First matchup, as you can see, the bracket of NSL is this one. Infi making it all the way through the winner bracket, defeating Moon 3-1, defeating TH 3-2 in a human mirror. This grid is slightly wrong. On the other side, Remind is the big surprise of NSL, I think, making it also to the winner bracket final with wins against Lucifer and Focus. So he is at the moment the Korean Slayer facing the first Chinese player now. But those two were in the same group together. Remind won that group. Oh no, that's actually wrong. It was Lucifer in that group. So, still, Remind won that group. Group A it was, I think. And Infi was struggling hard, defeated 1-0 in the lower bracket final, but then once the playoffs were on, he was in tip-top shape. And we do have the map selection. Thank you, Wawa, for providing this for us. And Ancient Isles is banned by Infi, Turtle Rock is banned by Remind. I think that's fairly normal. Infi has played a lot of close position on Turtle Rock recently, so Remind doesn't want to play the Militia Rush, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much what we always see. And of course, AI, so rough for humans. They like to complain a lot about the map pool currently, the humans, but with AI, I can definitely understand. So yeah, we're going to have even maps here, it seems. Best of 5, by the way, still, like we've had all the way through. And yeah, we're going to start on Echo Isles.
Indeed, that is the first randomed map, and then Infi had the first pick. He decided to go for Last Refuge. Remind picked Amazonia. Infi then picked Twisted Meadows, and Remind picked Terranastan. So, very, very normal, logical choices here, I guess, in the pick and ban.
Twisted Meadows, man, that could be an awesome game if we manage to go tier 3 super late game mass expos and all that. Maybe Remind not so much the player to go for such a play style, unlike Moon, perhaps. But yeah, we're going to have a lot of awesome games here today. Moon probably not going to be using the Warden too much, I would assume. Less so, at least, than Lawlight. Where would you feel Remind falls in the Warden, like, love category?
The Warden love category. I think definitely in between, a little closer towards Moon, so more Demon Hunter style. To be honest, I haven't seen that many Remind games recently, did I? I don't think so. He wasn't in the Race War. He's qualified for GCS, but that's some time ago. And Infi is one of the strongest players versus Warden, so I don't know.
Yeah.
If you should go for that.
I would also be very cautious on maps where it can get punished. And Echo Isles is one of these maps. The humans became so good at disrupting the early creep camp. Being there with the footy, being annoying, doing damage, stealing the Shadow Priest and all that. There are better maps for the Warden, like for example Terranastan, which is the best Warden map, of course, as you all know. But yeah, we start on Echo Isles. This could turn into a standard 2 base versus 2 base game. It could be a Tinker Tower Rush. Everything's possible here.
Indeed, everything is possible with Infi and TH as a human player. Here we have the player stats. It's China versus Korea once again. Both fairly old, I would say. Infi 28, Remind 31. Of course, they play human versus Night Elf. That is our schedule for today. Infi, multiple-time world champion with WCA and WCG wins as well. Remind, of course, you all know his run in 2010 where he won WCG and BlizzCon back-to-back. Both with almost the same percentage versus the respective Rays. 60% for Infi, 65 for Remind. I didn't expect that, to be honest, that he's that good against human, especially versus TH on Terranas. He showed some weaknesses, but since Terranas is the fifth map, we might not see it today. And also, the direct comparison is really surprising. 37% only for Infi. But of course that includes some games where Infi was not on top of his game. He's back. He's the conqueror. He is the emperor again. And the third best player in the world currently in our ELO ranking. But enough with the talks. Enough with the statistics. Enough with the pre-game yada yada yada. We are here for Warcraft, and that's what you get right here, right now.
All right, and the first big question is being answered here. It's gonna be a Warden play. And we don't see like the barracks first, late altar, and then deciding later on what you want to go for, keeping your options open with a possible Tinker neutral hero tower rush. And he is sending a footy over, right? Yeah, he is sending a footy over. But is he even going to be in time for that? So we saw the Warden in 2015 at the hands of Lorelei dismantling the humans, and they seem to be desperate and out of ideas with how to deal with her, especially on Echo Isles. She seemed to be so strong. Quick level 3, easy counter expansion. In the meantime, she may even kill your Archmage. But nowadays, usually they steal the Shadow Priest, they're annoying with footy, and they get something done on the opposite side of the map. And it seems like that is what Infi is opting for once again with the first Shadow Priest purchase.
Really well done. Stealing that, of course, the Warden is chasing after him immediately, but it's already a big steal. That's no healing for the Warden. That means he has to use a lot more Moon Juice, and that means he has less mana or HP to work with. And the harass continues against the Engine of War. So far looking good. The Wisp cannot repair anymore. And the Archer is damaging the Wisp. This is not a good early game at all.
How painful one footy can be. Both Wisps are dead. If he loses Ancient of War, this is absolutely catastrophic. He can't lose his Ancient. He can't. He's trying to kill the footy, but I think he's doing his job. Yeah. This footy, if he dies, he comes back a hero. Well, he doesn't come back. He's laid to rest at the cemetery, but he's still a hero. Warden gets level 2, but damn, how does she find level 3 now?
Purple Heart for this little footman. Maybe the brother of Klaus, we don't know. But the Renegade is not crap, so no boots, no Pendant of Energy, no claws, no Ring of Regen. That's hard. And yeah, exactly. How does he find experience now? Infi at the same side has crapped his expansion already without any pressure at all. He had all the time in the world for this. And this points towards a very, very good early mid-game for Infi. But the Warden is level 2. That means Fan of Knives might be available. But so far we don't see it.
Alright, what's he doing here? Where's the Archer at? The opposite side of the map, can't do too much with her. Two of the footies here are a little hurt, but he's going for the AM. With only 2 Shadow Strikes and only level 1 in the Shadow Strike, of course. Is that really gonna work? Nice block here from the footy is gonna make sure that the AM gets the boots of speed. And with that, and with the Warden only being level 2 herself, he should be feeling very fine in this early game. I imagine he gets the boots here. Yes, he does. And remind. Alright. You're not gonna have a quick level 3. You're not gonna have a quick counter expo. So now, how good is he at adapting on the fly? What's his plan B here?
Good question. Remind, of course, very, very, very experienced. He's playing since 2004 or 5 or something. He has been in all different situations. But this one is really tough. He's going for a Huntress Hall in the middle of the map. His tech is 2/3 done as well. So this does not look like an expansion at all at tier 1. There's no Wisp at the mercenary camp, obviously. But Remind goes for a Shadow Priest and a Berserker now. Big damage boost and the spell, but the Archmage seems to be picking off the Shadow Priest immediately, which is quite a big one. If he's not blocking with that Berserker, he should be dead. Nice movement. He's walking into the arms of the Warden, though.
Has one more Shadow Strike here. This might be the TP with the Archer block coming out. This must be the TP. Footy tried to block, didn't quite get it. Oh, he runs out of range. With some speed Neo. Good item.
It is a good item. And yeah, the animation was already on, but it's just a split second where the Archmage walked out of range. And that was big because there is no shop for Infi yet. He's only building it now, not even in power build. So he has to be really, really careful. And once again, like it is in 2017 or in the second stage of 2017, the blocks of the players, man, they are fantastic.
Absolutely right. We still see no counter expo coming up. He could be making one where he started to make the Ancient of War earlier, remind. But no, he's tier 2 now. He's going for one lower, I imagine a second one. Oh, and there's a Naga! Naga Warden combo. Super rare, but super dangerous for heroes, of course. The hero focus potential is off the charts. For the time being, though, he's only gonna get a couple of footies here by the looks of it. And we have an Arcane Tower at the Expo, but you need more than just an Arcane Tower to fend off this army.
Indeed. Archmage gets to the shop, gets the Scroll of Regen, and once again, very, very good positioning by Infi. The Naga was in the animation of throwing the Frost Arrow onto the Archmage, but once again, he walked out of range once he saw that animation. Now he's healed up again.
Coming from the north, and it's 6 of them. That's pretty good damage. The AM, though, still in trouble. But yeah, that Scroll of Regen, so important that it didn't get cancelled. And he's going to be in fighting shape somewhat soon. And the Warden, she's out of mana, of course. With the Naga, she's going to find quite a few pickoffs here. And the piercing damage from the Berserkers. But Infi, man, he knows exactly how far he can go here. Oh, nice deny on the Shadow Priest, actually. But yeah, Infi under a lot of pressure. But he... Well, the Iceman, as we know him, he's not falling to the pressure.
Going for a surround on the Naga here, and gets it. No staff, but a TP. Maybe a staff of teleportation. Can he swap it over? Is it enough? I don't think so. So it has to be the town portal, but he doesn't go for it! Staff is not enough! And the Naga dies. And I was just about to praise him, how well he's playing against the Footman here, because Infi, you know, you don't... You cannot allow him to go for like 6 footmen because then you get surrounded all the time. You have a lot of defense that's working against the Dryads that are coming up. So he gets many of them, close to level 3. But as he had Militia, he doesn't care too much about footmen. And went for the surround anyway. But there's not too many workers anymore in Infi's base. He is tier 2, yeah. Ah, okay, I thought he was or lumber stuck, but he's going for double sanctum anyway.
He has done a pretty good job here maintaining his lumber. He's not going to get the workshop. Not yet, but we've seen that falling a little bit out of the meta game anyways. And yeah, the 70 supply push is not too far off. And when we look towards the west side of the map, the Tree of Life isn't even done yet. Yes. This is really rough. Not even tier 3 only starting out now for Remind. This is looking very, very hard here. The later we go into the stages of this game.
We do have a level 3 Warden, so the Archmage is in big danger, but he knows about that and he's preparing for that. Potion of Healing, Heal Scroll, and an Invo Potion. And even with 4 Footmen and level 1 Water Elementals, he is going to Remind's side of the map, but the Dryads find him. With Dispel upgrade, this Water Elemental is gonna be dead in a bit, and the Naga gets level 2, so Fog Lightning available. Archmage does not get a Tome of Experience here from the Nightcrawler and has to evacuate immediately. Fog Lightning secures the kill. In the meantime, there's a Naga second by Infi as well, but this is a big power spike for Remind. His Expo is up, Bears are coming, and that's gonna be Rejuvenation in a second.
And interesting here, Remind feels the need to go across the map now, deal more damage, when the more like intuitive thing, it seems to me, is creeping up your expansion. Because it's walking down now. Alright, it seems like he's going back. Of course, when you have the tech advantage, you want to try to like poke the human, like in the main, at the expansion, wherever you can find some damage. You don't want to have the big fight coming your way without having done damage before. Because if you have, let's say, 40 versus 60 supply, that's still pretty... Well, let's say 40 versus 50 supply, that's still pretty good for you. But if there's 70 supply running towards you with a lot of militia and ivories and everything, that is so hard to deal with. A high-level Warden, especially level 6, can really help you out in that defense, but how in the hell is he supposed to get a level 6 Warden this game?
Yeah, usually you get level 4-ish until tier 2. And then it's not that hard to get to level 5. And then with all the Fan of Knives play coming in, you can't even play a second hero to get up to that level 6. It's not that hard here on Echo. But since he's sharing experience since the super early mid game with that Warden, things are becoming harder and harder. And the Warden just, yeah, 3.2 or something. That's pretty rough.
Yeah, I think he has held the skill points for now, so we didn't see Blink yet or Fan of Knives. I imagine it's going to be Fan of Knives later. So maybe if he gets to level 2 Fan of Knives and level 2 Fog Lightning and perhaps a greater mana potion here, and maybe he can do this. What's the heal scroll count here on the unit side? We have 1 on the AM, and that's it so far. So he needs a few more of those, it seems, but here we go. Ivory is in the inventory, and he's already walking over with only 66 supply. Very nice Dryad scouting, by the way, seeing this coming. But the police are already on their way.
Indeed, coming from the north, it's a long way for them, of course. Shop is up, expansion is up. Didn't mind yet, though, so this is the perfect timing for Infi to push. The army of Remind is not that strong. It's only 50 food versus 72. He's building towers far in the back, though. So this is a little bit more time for Remind to react. He has Master Bears. He's intercepting the police.
And only keep that only one scroll of healing in mind. Here we go, Fan of Knives, that's level 3 for the Naga as well. No Fog Lightning yet. The Bears are pretty strong in the front line. One of them will get picked off. We still have 3 remaining. Another Fan of Knives coming in. The heal scroll is gone already. The Naga in the back for Remind still has quite a bit of mana to use more Fog Lightning, but it seems we don't have quite enough Bears. But hold that thought, maybe the heroes are good enough. Level 4 for the Warden with another AoE combo. The army is disappearing for the Night Elf though. But the towers are coming up far in the back. Maybe he can keep his Expo alive here. Very scrappy fight, both players dipping very deep in supply. And I think Remind is doing a pretty decent hold here.
Oh, I think Infi has this in a bit, to be honest. He got rid of a few Bears, but now it's still 2 of them are still in the race. But there is one more Rifleman, so the damage is there. No more mana on the Archmage, though. Heal potion being transferred, but the Warden is dead. Doesn't have the time to swap the town portal, and the Naga has to evacuate as well. And this opens up so much time for Infi. What a mistake to not walk towards the Warden and use the town portal. But nevertheless, it should be a dead expansion here. And a safe spot for Infi to retreat into.
Oh, and if he had just transferred that town portal, he was like 1 second late maybe with moving the Naga over. He could have saved his first hero. He could have juiced up again with the Moonwells, maybe mana potions. Would that have been enough for the hold? Well, woulda, coulda, shoulda. The way it is currently, it's looking very rough for Remind. The Tree of Life, the expansion, is in trouble. The Dryads are nicely intercepting reinforcements here, but the standing army seems to be good enough. Level 4 for his Naga now, but only 2 Bears in the front lines. They're being mass slowed.
Mass slowed and mass feedbacked, as there's always mana on them. So the Breakers deal additional damage, and we have 5 of them. So that's very, very hard to fight against. Infi is the master of holding such attacks, but now he's the aggressor in this matchup with a very early push, and it seems to be working. One Wisp after another will be picked off here.
If this Warden had survived, man. Fan of Knives, Fog Lightning combo. There were no more Scrolls of Healing on this human side. And now the Wisps are dead. He's going in again. Fog Lightning, which I just mentioned, kills one of the Sorks here. And Infi's not... He could just click on this Tree of Life. He could have killed it. Oh, he doesn't have a TP, though. Okay, that's a little dangerous.
Yeah, and Remind got rid of the shop, or the worker that built the shop. So that's really important.
Oh, yeah, that's a good catch. That's right.
He doesn't want to overcommit, but he should feel safe now. With 7 Breakers up front, 4-3 heroes. Remind can't go into this. The Warden is still so far away. Tree of Life falling to the Breakers attacks. And he's supply stuck now as well.
Last ditch effort, Wisps coming in for the detonate. But yeah, as you said, the Breaker front line just seems to be way too sturdy. And these Bears with the slow aren't so scary. Either Reju, easy steal. Next Reju, I imagine easy steal again. Very quick here with the reaction by Infi. Well done. The Warden is back. Can she make the miracle happen? Fan of Knives deals good damage. Fog Lightning coming in again. But there are towers now in the back.
And there's no mana anymore. Has to use the mana potion very soon. Level 4 on the Naga here. And more slow towards the Warden. There's no staff. There's no healing. What a dieback. And again, he isn't careful enough with that Warden. Doesn't deal too much damage with her as well. She was the saving grace. He was supposed to be the saving grace. But Infi says no. And takes the lead. 1-0.
Well played.
Indeed.
I remember in 2015, I thought, God damn, this map is so imbalanced, favoring Night Elves. Because we always saw the Warden creeping up Merc Camp, the Murlocs, and the expansion with one Ancient of War so quickly without any trouble. Boom, she's level 3, counter expansion coming up at the same time, and pressuring on the opposite side of the base of the map. But yeah, the genius humans, Infi and TH, they found the answer. And that answer is just one footy, steal the Shadow Priest, and from the early game, everything started to go downhill for Remind. But also very well done. How Infi, like, he was facing so much pressure with the AM early, dropping so low in health, but he never, like, really broke too much of a sweat.
Yeah.
He's just incredible.
I wonder that you don't mention it, because usually it's your job to do this, but no staff for Remind the entire game. And I think this especially hurt him in the first fight, where he could have saved 1 or 2 Bears, who could have then rejued up, and then he has a stronger army fighting at his own Tree of Life. But if you lose all your bears, man, what can you do?
And he was also at only 60 supply, Moonwells wise. I don't think he actually had the time to get even higher. But yeah, when he engaged, he tried to fight next to the merchant, and then his shop was too far away. He was busy creeping in the meantime. Yeah. He just didn't have the time. That looked like it was a little bit of a premature attack by Infi, like running over with 64, 66 supply. I was thinking, maybe this is a little too ambitious, but it turned out to be exactly right. Otherwise, there would have been a staff, there would have been mana potions. Just, well, perfectly played.
I agree, and that is the Infi of September, October, August 2017. He is just so good, and he just found his mojo back or something, where he knows when to push and where he analyzes the mistakes of his opponent way better than in the past year, I guess.
Yeah, I think so too. There was quite the down, quite the valley in performance with TH and Infi both. It basically started after 2015, I guess.
Yeah, WCA 2015 was the breaking point, I think.
Yeah, because before they just looked invincible, like always the perfect decisions. And
because at WCA 2015 we had a super strong Fly who could take them out. I mean, there was a 2-0 win in 15 minutes at the winner bracket quarterfinal. Then we had Lawlight with his new Warden play that really hurt them. And we had the breakthrough of 1-0, who then influenced WFZ as well. So all of a sudden they had 4 big opponents, which they never had before. And that resulted in kind of a slump for the humans, but they found a solution. They are back, and we're going back to Warcraft as well, with Last Refuge being map number 2.
And that is the good human map, which we have in the map pool, and Infi already heading into this with a lead here with 1-0. Looking further into this best of 5, he's gonna have a few tough maps ahead of him, especially Twisted Meadows. I think can be really rough, or Terranas if the Warden there gets off to a good start, which is way easier than on Echo. But well, let's take this slow. Let's take this one map at a time. We are now on our second map. This is a pretty rare to see Warden map, but it's not out of the question. Yeah. But I imagine with how much issues he had getting the Warden off the ground on Echo, that we should be expecting a demon here.
I'm actually not too sure. Level 3 is almost guaranteed here as well. But before we start into this game, we have to thank Mikey PX for a resub and the first donation of the day with $5. Mikey, such a long supporter and such a generous supporter. Shout out to you, my man. And yeah, Last Refuge. Lawlight plays Warden here a lot, and since Remind and Lawlight are quite good friends, I can imagine them practicing together. But it's the Demon Hunter. You're right.
Yeah, Infi and TH especially, they are so good at scouting the Merc camp for the Night Elf and then attacking the Creep camp and disrupting it and dealing so much damage. Oftentimes they will even disregard getting their own level 3 on the AM because it's way more important, especially if it's a Warden, to like keep her from leveling too quickly. But even with the Demon Hunter, if you creep up the Merc camp here as the Night Elf player, that gives you so much, gives you the Berserker, and the Shadow Priest, of course, gives you a big item, gives you lots of experience. Oftentimes, this will be reserved for the second hero, but this still does not mean that the human cannot harass this. Question is, how quickly is Infi gonna expand here? Yeah. And I think recently he's been doing the Instant Expo more so than the Green Camp first.
TH is going for the Instant Expo. Infi is more of a safer early game player, so I wouldn't be too surprised to even see the Merc Camp, but what's he doing? Remind is scouting this, that's good, but it's not enough stuff to creep the Merc camp. So once again, you're right. Damn, your prediction game. Did you like use the week to analyze some replays or what?
I went to my local gypsy woman and bought one of those magic 8 balls, you know? No, what are they called? Like
magic 8 balls. Yeah.
Losing one of the peasants here to creeps. That's not supposed to happen on this map. This is a very, very sloppy creep by Infi. This is like really bad. He's gonna perhaps lose another one here. He's had to send one back to the base. Oh, nice block shot from the footy here. Salvages the bad creep. And now the AM is level 1 only. Oh, again, nice blocks though. All right, Infi, you're back in my good graces.
Yes.
May have started not too well, but nice saves here.
How he stepped up his micro game since July is just one of the most phenomenal increases in skill that I've seen in a very long time. Look how he defends this. This seems to be so easy. Didn't lose anything to the Demon Hunter directly, right?
He denied that one peasant.
Yeah, he denied it and saved 2 others.
And speaking of denying, Remind denied one of his creeps in the first camp, which is also super sloppy. So very sloppy first creep out of both players. And we see again the Mass Huntress, do we? Yes, 2 Ancients of War Mass Hunts. This is pretty much the standard in the highest level of Warcraft that we have currently in our scene. But you really need a level 2 demon. You need to disable these water elementals. But with a deny earlier, with not finding any kills, he's stuck on level 1 evasion now.
Sold his town portal for boots. Yeah, there is no immolation, there is no mana burn for him, so that makes Infi, of course, a running mana fountain. He does have some damage here. He's not pushing with APs or anything, but the damage is not really high, as he's going to take a few hits again, and he can't really afford that.
This is level 2. Boom. So important. And now with so many water elementals, I don't know that this is doable.
A player's force
is he backing it up with attack? No, he's not. Also, no expo. Could be an all-in push, which is still really dangerous if Infi is not going for early.
Oh, lightning shield here. Lightning shield would be the shit. Oh, replenishment push. Imagine a lightning shield here. 2 lightning shields on 2 huntresses. Holy crap. But not that lucky.
So now we have 3 Huntress and Wisps coming. Could be for Detonate, could be for APs. Or he just splits them. But the Demon Hunter, he was tanking so much again. He gets his level 2, but so late. There we go, finally.
The first guard tower is already more than halfway done though. He's getting more towers. He's delaying his own tech. Infi is, and of course he knows what's going on. He saw the Wisps moving over with the Water Elemental Scout earlier. Again, really nice scouting by Infi. Footy once again sees the Huntresses. Infi is in turtle mode, but he's doing it so well here. And the demon, he did finally get level 2. Alright, that was about damn time. How much mana does the Archmage have? He's gonna have another water elemental here before the demon comes in. And this one distracts a little longer. Even wakes up the creeps. Alright, they won't fight for him though.
Didn't work that well, no. So, APs or Dispel? Gonna see about that. The guard tower is up as you mentioned, so Infi can always hide here in the range of the 2 towers that will be up soon. He is supply stuck at the moment though. Is he rebuilding that farm? No. So he has to work with what he got. Of course, Masonry upgrade is coming, as well as 3 Ancient Protectors in the back.
Alright, this is gonna be an all-in play. The Huntresses in the front doing a pretty good job, but of course healing up those Huntresses, that's the issue. Militia coming from the right side and killing these APs. This is priority number 1. AM with the claws of attack. This helps. He's gonna definitely be canceling one of them, 2 of them most likely, maybe even 3, and with that he would buy himself so much time, and I think he's gonna get it as well. But he is giving up quite a few peasants for this.
Yep, and the Demon Hunter is rising in levels. Everything is hurt, man, thanks to the Bouncing Blades. This could be a quad kill. 2, 3... yeah, 3. He gets 3 at least. 4. There we go. Maybe it was a deny, I'm not too sure. And he's diving in deeper, so Remind all of a sudden in quite a good situation, but his tower push failed, obviously. But he does have 6 Huntress, and the AP will come up because Infi's forces are way too weak at the moment to do anything against it.
Alright, will we see one of the players here getting a little greedy, teching or expanding, or is it just tier 1 defense versus tier 1 offense? Seems to be only tier 1 for the time being. AM with another water elemental here. I think if the AM gets to level 3, it's over. But already it's looking really rough with all the guard towers in the back. Now it turns into daytime. The Huntresses are already bruised, but you also have the first AP up finally.
That's a lot of damage. Piercing damage though, so it's not that great against Footmen, but against the water elementals it's a really nice factor. You're right, 3 towers in the back, so it might be time to go for Glaive Throwers, and as I say this, here's the first one. Attacking from range. He can't go for Vorpal Blades, obviously, because he's tier 1. So it's not that effective as they could be. And no Wisps for the spell.
In Infi's barracks, by the way, defend is being researched right now. I would love for him to heal up all these footies in the back. Is the Scroll of Regen on cooldown?
I think it is. He used
It might be.
at least one, more likely two.
Oh man, that would be... Alright, he got one right just now. He's healing up the footies at the moment. Defend finished up right here. I think he wants to wait a little longer. His economy isn't in too much trouble. Yeah, some of his peasants are getting hurt. He's repairing his town hall, but he's still fully mining. And that's not in danger of being changed. And, oh man, this is a lot of footies. Don't underestimate these footies with defend.
First water elemental is about to fall. The footies can't really break through, but same goes for the Huntress, who have a little bit more range, obviously. Level 3 on the Demon Hunter, 2 APs, but with defend, they don't take that much damage from them. Against the Huntress, they don't do too much, though. But how long can they stay in here? And it seems like not too long. Or to Wisp there really hurt. Can he save them somehow into buildings? I really like that he positioned a Moonwell there as well for more healing. Which is, of course, immediately empty, but I think he saved the unit with that. And it's 3 APs now. Pressure is rising.
In Infi's main, we have a second barracks and a blacksmith coming up. We're gonna have riflemen here soon, which of course are gonna be amazing against the Hunts, unless they're in a bad position. How well are they gonna be able to do against the APs? Should be pretty good on paper, I think. He really doesn't want to lose his Arcane Vault, but I don't think he can do anything about it once that happens. There's no more healing, no more clarities. And I thought this game was gonna be extremely hard for Remind to win, but suddenly it's looking... I don't know, is it looking good?
For sure. Is he teching behind this? No, he's not. Double barracks it is, though, for mass riflemen.
4 glaives, Jesus Christ, the damage.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think it should really go into an attack upgrade. The one he can get.
It's the best upgrade, right, in the game?
Yep, scales better on glaives than on anything else.
We should really do the Back to Warcraft bingo, man.
Yeah, that's the Remo bingo.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Rifleman first appearance in this game, and already glaives have to be pushed back. Oh, the AM in trouble himself. He has the TP, of course. The Demon Hunter dropping low HP as well. No Moonwell left for him. So far, still all the glaives left alive, and the footies are being taken out by these Huntresses.
But now the first few riflemen come in, and now the Huntresses are in danger. But the Militia, they don't do too much against the 3 APs, who deal a little bit of AoE as well.
The question is, how good are the rifles gonna do?
Yeah. And does he have blockers with this? Riflemen, of course, medium armor, don't take too much damage from the piercing damage. And the first AP is down, but on what costs? Oh, might be 3
A
footmen.
lot of herd units right here.
Gets
To
2.
save only a couple of them. Does he have a shop in the main? Yes, well done by Infi, anticipating this. And he's still not level 3.
That really hurts. Demon Hunter's going into the base, or trying to move into the base, and he intercepts with Huntress. But is this a mistake? He's losing 1 for sure. That's level 3 for him. That was a big one.
Level 3 is a huge deal. Demon
5.
Hunter, by the way, almost level 4. Oh, the Town Hall, though.
Yeah, it's 5 glaive throws now. And I don't think you can repair against this anymore.
Oh man, this is really tense. Infi has to go in. He has to threaten these glaives. How much is he gonna lose for it, though?
Still looking at the town hall. It's not too much more volleys. He's repairing with everything he has. And he has to stop the attacks here because the riflemen are approaching. This one, I really like that focusing by Remind here. Always taking out 1 unit at a time, not spreading the damage too much, but...
Oh, the AM. He doesn't have a TP, man. And there's boots on the demon, but he gets away. And he lost a lot of rifles for this. Yeah. He needs to save them into the back here, to the safety of the towers.
But his town hall is still up. Very, very interesting game with double barracks early on. Remind on 51 supply, which is of course not ideal, but he needs every single unit he can get now.
This is such a cool game.
Archmage is coming back in, went to the back, has a scroll of healing this time. Not a scroll of regen, so everything is, well, almost everything is back up to full health.
But he killed 2 glaives earlier, so now his town hall is full HP again and is in a lot less danger than before. The Demon Hunter is level 4 and a bit. Do we have any transition?
No? No, still tier 1. No expansion behind this. Is this do or die? Infi is staying at below 50 food, so you don't pay taxes. It seems like it's just too much. He's killing Huntresses, yeah, he's dealing a bit of damage to the Demon Hunter, yeah, but Remind is just too fast in killing stuff here.
The Demon Hunter is almost level 5. What's he gonna go for? Is level 3 mana burn even worth it?
Evasion would be great as well.
Yeah, I think so too. I think with level 2 mana burn, he's easily able enough to keep the AM from spawning too many water elementals.
At one point I thought, oh, is Remind going into too many glaive throwers? Because there wasn't too many Huntresses to block anymore, but he just made the right call for the unit mix that he has. And now, Infi has to repair again, of course, trying to heal up, but his army is almost pathetic.
I'm so surprised he's not going for a damage upgrade here for the glaives and hunts. That would be so much value just from so little gold. Demon Hunter went to the main, healed up with all the Moonwells. By the way, it's not nighttime for too much longer. Mass Wisps coming in. This was level 5 for the Demon Hunter.
Oh boy. Okay, Huntress are streaming in as well. Have to fight against the towers. It will fall on the Archmage as well. Wisps for more detonate. There's no water elemental at the moment. Scroll of Protection being used, as well as an Invo Potion which is there. So that should be a lot of damage. This is looking so juicy. Everything's red and he doesn't have a... Okay, 2 Scrolls of Healing. Uses 1 now.
And he's looking for some more kills here with the demon. If he gets level 6, of course, this game is over.
Yeah, no question about that.
Still only tier 1 for both these players.
A player's forces are under
Yeah, double racks on both sides. And that's what it looks like.
And now, of course, Infi sees the level on the demon. So now he has to be thinking twice about moving in and threatening the glaives again. Because if you feed this demon for too much longer, this game is over.
And he has to move out soon to just stop the glaive attacks. I think he could have even... Or he could send in the Demon Hunter with an Invo Potion to kill this one. But he plays it safe. Which is a good call.
And there we saw the 100 mana burn. That means he doesn't have level 3 mana burn. But it's level 3 evasion. And here we go. Invul and running in. 7 seconds of beast mode, I guess. Of course, a lot of these kills will go to the APs, and from that he doesn't get experience. He's level 5 and 1/3. But he's not too close yet to his ultimate.
Constantly rebuilding APs. The Hunters are falling like flies. There's no doubt about that. But the thing is, how well do the Demon Hunters do? How long can he keep the APs alive? And can he protect his glaive throwers? And the answer to all of this is yes at the moment. Oh, no repair anymore. In a bit. He had to stop the power repair.
Oh my god, he doesn't have lumber anymore.
Yep.
What's he mining with in the main? There's no peasants at lumber at the moment. Uh-oh.
Called them all.
This is it. This is it. He can't repair. This
Calls
is
for
over.
the GG, and that's the equalizer. Wow, Remind. Bouncing back from a super bad early game with almost a dead Demon Hunter, no damage at the initial harasses at all. But the reaction to go for mass hunts and the quick transition to glaive throwers as well, as he saw the 3 guard towers there, was the perfect call. And that was Infi's map pick, so...
Yeah.
Big win for Remind on this map.
Those poor humans, man. They thought LR was the one good map for them. and now that the metagame has finally settled, I guess, we see so many hunts pushes, and the last few I've seen, they always worked. And this was, as you said, not a good start for Remind, and it still worked in the end.
Yeah. Pretty good, and things are not getting better for Infi as we go on to AZ, but not before thanking our new subscriber, The Odd Rage. At first I thought it was like Theo Drage or something, but no, it's The Odd Rage. Thank you very much for the sub. Obviously, you get all the replays we cast here, or from the games we cast here, because these games are live. And at the moment, it's Subtober until, well, 6 days more. So if you subscribe, you get 50% off.
And I think we have currently a sub record. I think we're at 370 or something. And I think that's the highest we've ever been. So thank you very much, everyone who has subbed with the September deal and now going into Subtober, I guess, as well. helping us out a lot. That's awesome. That's more Warcraft we can cast. The last couple of weeks we've had a lot of Warcraft for you guys with NSL, with WCA qualifier, which by the way we continue on Saturday with the next Open WCA qualifier.
Exactly, your last chance to qualify for Shanghai. It is the Open qualifier. We have 4 slots for the main qualifier, which will happen the week after. So a few cool people are already signed up. Creo comes to mind as well, and Ido this time from Germany, which I think is a really interesting prospect. And he could make it definitely to the main qualifier. So yeah, Saturday, 6 p.m. CEST, we're here for the Western Open qualifier number 2. Sunday is Jera Cup, of course. This week a little slower with only 3 casts, but next week we're back with at least 5.
Damn, son. So much Warcraft coming your way. All right, next map is going to be Amazonia, by the way. In the past, but this has been a while, we did see a double Ancient of War Huntress pressure. But yeah, that has fallen out of the meta. And I think why we see that so much on LR is because of the instant expansion, which is pretty greedy. Remember how long it took the Archmage to get to level 3.
Yes.
He had the towers up early. It looked like such a solid defense. But the level 1 Elementals, they're just pretty damn weak when you face so many hunts.
Yeah, as I said before, it was the right unit mix almost the entire game. Even though his APs were cancelled, and he cancelled like only 1 out of those 3, a little mistake there. But he came back in a very strong fashion, and that shows that he knows how to play that pressure game. And what map is better to play that game than AZ, where we see a lot of immolation as well.
He didn't go for it on LR though. Maybe he decided not to go for it because he was denied one of the creeps, or maybe he was a little bit too late. Foggy is the guy who's like always there so quick. He comes out of the altar, he hits the ogre dude once, picks up the item and runs over right away. Remind was a little too late to do that so quickly. But yeah, on AZ it's going to be a completely different game because the AM is going to be level 3 once the expansion is coming up. And already with that, Huntresses may have a tough time, unless of course you find the constant burns.
It's going to be really hard though. So at the moment we're missing Remind. He's not in the game yet, maybe watching the replay. So Remo, what's new?
I saw Blade Runner, which yet you did not see.
Not yet, no.
Did you see the first Blade Runner?
No, unfortunately not.
I saw that one, and also a long time ago though, and I thought it was a little like overburdened with too many themes and too much artsy fartsy schmartsy stuff, you know. And
I thought you enjoy that stuff.
Yeah, I do, but not when it's like, you know, there's a unicorn running around in visions and stuff. It's kind of weird.
Okay.
But the new one, I really, really enjoyed. It had the issue with which, well, how do I put this? It emphasizes atmosphere, visuals, soundtrack, and artistic nuances a lot. And there's not really a protagonist that you can get behind, that you can root for. It's kind of, there's a few plot holes maybe, but in general, all in all, I really enjoyed the movie. However, my friends that I was with, they all said, man, that sucked. So I felt like kind of an artsy douche because especially the soundtrack was so awesome.
Well, you are.
Only a little bit though. Only a little bit. Yeah, that's what I saw recently.
Yeah, I watched S.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy, if you have some other thing to do, like cleaning your flat or ironing shirts or I don't know, gather garbage or something, do it. Do not waste your time watching it. It's so bad after the first 50 minutes. The first 50 minutes I really enjoyed because it has this Stand By Me vibe that I really loved that movie. So it was pretty cool atmosphere in the early. But boy, did they jump the shark in everything that happens after that. It was so boring. My, the girl that I went to the movies with, she fell asleep. I was annoyed, and everything went down the drain from there. Like, it was totally, really bad.
But it got pretty decent reviews, right? And the reception from the general audience was pretty good as well, from what I gathered.
Yeah, the general audience really likes Fast and Furious 8. So.
Yeah, that is one thing to point out. Yes, you're right. And Transformers.
I was looking for, to be scared and to have this creepy anti-hero villain guy. But it was just you take that clown and put it into a Marvel movie, like a superhero villain, and it doesn't really make a difference, you know? That sucks.
Well, that's too bad because we're all both, of course, big superhero movie fans.
Of course.
We have 2 new subs here by Ben Fabo, the resub for 8 months, and Velox7 subbing for the first time. Thank you very much, guys. And welcome, I guess.
Much appreciated, as much as we appreciate the third game of today. Remo, we are down to a best of 3. And AZ, here we go.
Wait. What are you talking about? Yes, we are. Never mind. Yeah. In my head, I already had Infi with a 2-0. Yes! It turns into a best of 3. And do check this shit out. We have a neutral hero on AZ. I say what? What? It's a neutral hero on AZ.
Picking a little bit of Moon's playstyle now? Going for a Beastmaster, maybe? Dark Ranger sucks on AZ, in my opinion, because there's not too many creeps to start the snowball of the Army of the Dead.
From the Merchant, I guess you could do it. But you want to creep where your Ancient of War is, I think.
Yeah, exactly. You can get 6 skeletons here, but then you have to run over, and a few of them expire. I don't think a Dark Ranger is viable here. Panda could be possible as well, but he's weak in the early. Would make a super strong late early game player though. But I would bet some money on a Beastmaster here. Who's kind of trendy right now amongst the Night Elves.
Panda can be really good against the natural creep though, with so many peasants being around already taking a lot of damage. When you add a Shadow Priest into the mix there as well.
I really like what Infi was doing here, pulling the creeps. I don't know if he's in time or now against this neutral hero play. I think not, because the rogues are back now. But if he does it against a normal creep spot, those creeps are messed up completely. They can't do the lightning shield trick anymore. Sorry to interrupt you there, but I thought it was cool.
Yep, and also he was scouting with the footy. I think he saw the Wisp to the north, which is probably going to be used. And it's the Panda. Dude, what's up with my predictions today?
Yeah, I can see that. Level 3 is doable, definitely, with him. And Infi is not going for the super fast expansion, which is definitely it's really good for the Panda that he's not going for the immediate expansion. Because he will have level 2 at least, and be on the way to level 3. Did he deny something? No.
If the Panda, during the harassment, finds level 3, this is gonna be so scary for Infi. That shouldn't happen, though. And, well, he's rushing towards the Expo, so actually the Panda isn't even gonna be in time to do anything about this. No Shadow Priest to worry about. Infi is super fast here with his Expo attempt.
So there won't be any units dying here, usually. Takes them out one after another. Going well, a few boulders are flying, but... Is he losing a worker again? No. Scary. No, he doesn't.
Alright, what does the Panda do now?
That situation was more scary than it.
Yeah, a friend of mine wanted to see that movie with me as well. But I'm like the biggest pansy when it comes to horror movies. I've told you before in the stream before. It is incredible. I piss my pants all the time immediately, so I didn't want to do that. But yeah, I guess I could have watched it. Buys the dust here and sells it so the AM doesn't get it. That's a nice little move there.
And
by the way,
boots.
Dispelled one of the water elementals, so he got more experience on the Panda. Oh, he doesn't have Drunken Haze though, as we just saw from the crit.
Yeah.
So it's a fighter panda.
Drunken Brawler with crit chance and evasion chance. That's quite nice. Infi has a good micro, but with 4 footmen, I don't know if that is possible here against the Boots Panda. He's baiting it, kinda. First Breath of Fire, but only level 1, doesn't do too much. In the meantime, no tech, of course, on that side. There is a tech for Remind. His Hunter's Fall is on time. Ooh, I thought he was in danger of being surrounded. Here comes the next breath. Booyah!
If he goes towards that kill, he might get surrounded here. Does he want to risk it? He's not going to go for the next one. Right,
He has
one
to go
peasant
back.
killed, but that's totally okay.
He has 2 Breath of Fire left, but not the HP to sustain this. It's a Town Portal. Ooh, quite expensive. But he's creeping with his Panda against the Taskmaster, which will bring him very close to level 3. Oh my god, can he deny it? I didn't see if he did. It is level 3 now.
He
Was it
did
level
get the
3
last
before?
hit here, Remind. But again, this scouting from Infi, man, he's always where he needs to be. 140 is always looking for stuff the way it's supposed to be. Panda needs one more kill. Just one more kill. Give me one more kill, please. He says for his level 3. And there we
That
go.
was really hard. 2 Water Elementals in range, Archmage in range. He still got the last hit. And what a last hit this was. The staff would suit him really nice now.
Oh, this Ancient of War. This would be a big kill. Don't underestimate this. This is so important to keep your Panda leveling. Yeah, he gets it. There we go.
Archmage has to use the big potion though against this. Yeah, usually the Ancient of War is walking down to the natural, so you can continue creeping as you said. And we do have 6 footmen now. Kind of the critical mass. And he's investing into more even. Not starting the tech, only now. But the Arcane Bowl is up, and this is, I think, the most important thing at this stage of the game, to constantly regen up against the Breath of Fire.
Yep, I agree. And of course, a lot of footies are scary, but when you find good breaths, they can suddenly all start dying at the same time. Another breath is cooling down, trying to position himself, and there we go. Has one more.
But it's not enough to do fatal damage to the footman, and regen scrolls are working in his favor. So
And imagine if this Ancient of War was still alive, it would be down at the expansion now.
Yeah.
Creeping it might still be scary. With the creep there coming in.
he wanted to go for a Breath of Fire, then canceled it to move a little bit more forward, but then the second Arcane shot came and he didn't have the mana anymore. So that was a little bit of a waste. Is it only one Ancient of Lore? Oh no, the second one is at the laboratory.
I thought the same. I was like, one lore, that's weird.
I was like,
A player's
what?
forces are under
So many footmen! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 footmen. That's crazy.
And no Scroll of Healing though. There's a Shredder as well. We have Dryads now also. No Dispel yet. No Abolish Magic. But he's spreading them nicely.
The Shredder is really important now, because he has Defend. That's the only normal damage that he has, apart from the Panda with hero damage. But he has to be careful with this. Zeppelin by Infi to protect his units. Well done. Archmage is hurt though.
Panda's dealing good damage. He had to buy a mana potion already though. That's expensive. That's 200 gold out of your coffers.
Haha, look at this Zeppelin.
Dude, he hasn't lost a footy yet.
Yeah.
The one corpse here is from an archer.
It's like a StarCraft 2 medivac. But he's being slowed. Can't reach though.
He's gonna lose one footy in the back, but only one. Isn't this crazy? Killed 2 archers, forced the mana potion,
Infi
forced him to use almost all of the moon juice as well.
Infi is fairly good with his footman. I think I mentioned this before, once or twice.
Yeah, you might be right.
So crazy how he does it. And
Wait, the Ancient of War? Where's the Ancient of War?
yeah, he killed him like. Well, the Ancient of Lore, you mean?
Yeah, the Ancient of Lore.
Oh, did he bomb him with zappers?
Yeah, he bought the zapper.
Oh, it's so strong. That was so worth it. Because now he's close to tier 3, but even a depth upgrade is not finished for Bastard
Dude.
Bears.
Invi's outplaying him so hard this game. Holy shit. In his main base, tier 2 is done. Arcane Sanctums are coming up. We have a Blood Mage second. Makes a lot of sense. Getting rid of the Panda's mana. Oh, the Zeppelin though.
I think it's empty. Oh no, it's not. What did he... Ah, yeah, just a scroll of regen. There's another Footman, but the Panda's pretty much stuck on level 3 now.
But it was 2 weeks ago when we saw a game. Who played that Panda solo on AZ? Where he was able to win 1 base versus 2 with a level 6 Panda. Who was that again?
Boy, what did we cast?
Wasn't that TH?
TH played against Focus, so I think that's unlikely. Or did he? No, TH played against Lucifer. Was it Moon? Oh, Moon, they say. Moon versus Yumiko. Oh, yeah.
Are under
Moon versus
Holy
Yumi.
shit, that was great.
So, if this Panda gets to 5 and then gets to 6, he might still be able to do this on 1 base versus 2. But he only reaches level 4 now.
I really wonder why he's not going Drunken Haze. I think, especially if his opponent goes Rifleman or something.
I think he has it now.
Probably.
Because the level 1 haze is good enough to, like, the damage from Ignite doesn't increase with the level of Drunken
Yeah,
Haze.
exactly. That's you. I mean, I can totally understand if you go level 1 Drunken Haze. Maybe it's because of the mana. You just wanted pure damage.
Yeah, because of course, using the mana exclusively for Breath of Fire is more damage, but of course with Drunken Haze it comes out more quickly.
And if you walk into tower range or fight against Footman, you do have a miss chance to keep you up.
Oh, I think it's a level 2 Drunken Brawler though. He just crit for 141.
Yeah, that is definitely level 2.
Yeah. Alright, no Drunken Haze. Interesting.
Counter Zeppelin, wow, nice. That one Gyrocopter gets rid of the Zeppelin, was there for vision, and Infi going for the Entangled Goldmine can't really repair, but here's the counter go with the first Breath of Fire, doesn't hit anything. So he has to go back. Perfect timing by King Fi again.
Is he gonna get this?
Killed
He's gonna
so
get
many Wisps.
He's gonna get the gold mine. Oh my god. Dude. He's playing this so goddamn well.
He didn't do anything with any kind of unit except the Zeppelin, the Footman, and the Archmage plus Water Mantle. No Priest, no Sorg. Ah, okay, the Gyro again, but it doesn't really count, right? And he pushed right at the perfect timing where Remind thought, okay, this harass is over now. I finally have some time to do some damage, but no. Just no.
Panda's 4.5. He's gonna get level 5. Is that good enough though against 80 supply with, I imagine, at least 2 scrolls of healing?
Well, we have Mortars, we have a shitload of Breakers. Wind of Illusion now as well, for a little bit of distraction. Only 3 bears. And level 5 Panda though, but now the question is, can he somehow get past this breaker wall?
a player's
It's like in
forces
football
are
where you
under
have to
attack.
break through the defense and then you can score. A little bit easier, I think. Depending
4
on the
AM, level
position.
2 Blood Mage. I wonder what he goes for here. Flame Strike level 1, of course, not so good. Oh, and fighting around the trees here. So hard now to reach the back line. Oh, and we actually do see the Flame Strike. And of course the Siphon Mana as well. Level 5, finally, this Panda, can he carry this?
Ooh, that was a big one. But he has a heal scroll against this. This was the only one, I think, though. Zeppelin in trouble, but he can't really do too much against it. Physical damage, so good against the Panda's mana. Drops down as well. Next Breath of Fire doesn't hit the most important units, just a few militia, so that was a little bit of a panic attack there. And yeah, Remind delayed the big push, but it's still 80 food versus 36.
And also like Infi's decision here, he knows the one thing he can lose this game, the one way, is by level 6 Panda. So he doesn't want to give any kills up. I was surprised he positioned himself so aggressively with only 1 scroll of healing. I think he really needs 2. And now, if the Panda buys the one from his shop, then where does Infi get more?
That's a problem indeed, but on the other side we do have a big damage boost with the Allyria's Fill of Accuracy. +6 on mortar teams. Have fun with that, my friend. Hero focus is not an option. He has to fight the army. He has to go for level 6. Somehow. Anti-magic potion again. Big, no, not a big mana potion, but there is a mana potion. Infi's army is kind of all over the place, so good chance for a panda to deal damage here, and that's exactly what he does.
But no kills.
That's
Doesn't
true.
find the kills. Oh, with Militia coming in, those are some juicy, easy kills. Siphon mana. The panda still has 1 or 2 more breaths to use. Alright, gets 1 footy kill here. Every little step counts. By the way, no counter expansion coming up.
Flamestruck is so nice to zone a bit, but that one was a little bit premature. But the panda is out of mana now, has to use the mana potion soon, and the mortar teams are in the perfect spot. He can block with a few footmen, with a few breakers. Remind still walking forward. That's a trap for the Flamestrike.
And now the Dryads are gone. Now he can summon Water Elementals again, and
Level
they're no longer
6.
free experience, but he gets level 6.
But what does he want to do? Like, usually Earthstorm and Fire Shines really in big battles and open space. If Infi just retreats into his main, doesn't really do too much.
I think he's gonna try to hold off big attacks with his ult. And then once the gold mines run out, he's gonna move over with his
Well,
Wheel of
but
Eternity.
the expansion is a 20,000 gold expansion. The mains, though, 3,500 still in. But yeah, that was a big level up for that panda. Getting more mana from the moon juice. Rejuvenation is working as well. But on the
I
other
think you
side,
should really get
Attack.
Blizzard here. Or well, actually now that the panda is 6, maybe it doesn't matter too much anymore if you keep feeding him now. And he has ivories in his inventory, so he might start sieging the gold mine down here, which I think is really nice.
6 bears, man. Oh, is it 7? 7. That's a lot. 0/0 upgrades, raw being used. It's siege bears now, and Infi is gonna be supply stuck after this. Town portal in though, he can't fight this. What? He just faked it.
A player's force.
It was a staff only.
Yep.
Nice move. But he has to react. This is too much damage from the siege bears. Yeah, there we go. Oh, can he
Kills
kill it?
the Lord.
Oh my god. No, doesn't try.
He lost the lore again, second in this game, and he's only down to 50, so he can't really bank and then explode into 70 food or whatever because he has to rebuild the lore again. And there's 3 towers coming up, and it's natural, even a cannon tower. It takes some time though, and I think
Wait, we're tier 3. Oh. When did
Huh.
this happen?
you're right. I kind of missed it as well. Maybe he thought, oh, I got the vamp aura now, maybe it's time for knights, but no, he sold that one.
A player's
Now we have a tier 2 human army creeping the red cap. That's not something we see every day.
But with mortar teams, I think everything is possible.
Oh, right, he has fragmentation shards, right? Yep. Or does it just restart? Yeah, they're coming in now, halfway done. Oh boy. Level 5 for the AM, level 4 for the Blood Mage. So level 2, a Flame Strike enabled.
And those burns, they start to hurt. No
player's
siege
force.
shields. Oh, the Shredder. Sending them in for free. Panda almost surrounded there. But here's the Breath of Fire. That's strong. Can he use the ult now? I think he has to. There we go. Earthstorm and Fire. Fire Panda. Surreal damage, but TP out immediately. Can easily afford it. Gets the Shredder for basically free. And that ult is wasted.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to use the Scroll of Healing. Scroll of Regen is running now. And Remind wants to find more damage. Oh, nice. He cyclones the AM, so he can't TP out. That's a really nice move. But we have Fragmentation Shards, Mortar teams in the back. Oh, and the Flame Strike as well.
AoE Savior, as it seems. Nice block from that Storm Panda, though. But he's not going for the Archmage. Do not pull the Town Portal. Everything is dropping low. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It looks like Spirit Link here on the bears, but no, it's just Area of Effect.
under attack.
Is that the last remaining panda? Yes, there he's back. Nothing to really Breath of Fire, but before mana gets siphoned, yeah, you can use it! GG by Remind! Almost a perfect play by Infi on AZ. And again, the one who picks the map loses the map.
Yeah, that Panda play, even with the ultimate, didn't seem to be quite successful enough. And I like the choice how patiently Infi was playing this. He wasn't like pushing the base too headstrong, you know. He teched to tier 3, he went up to the better Mora teams, he probably even had Master Priests. Really well done, man. Infi keeps impressing.
Indeed. Next map, what was it? Twisted, I think?
Yeah, I think Twisted. Oh, yes. That could be a good one. Ooh, that could be a good one.
Infi's choice, TM is next. And
Terranos. No, I think it's TM.
No, it's TM. There we go. It's the invite. Did you invite it yet? Yes, they do. Taking care of Remo.
And we have new resubs. Mercurius 4, you guys already made my day. GW Neo and Remo. For 8 months, we have Capo Ben, 7-month resub. Remind, you can do it. And a first time new sub by Dagnerus29. Thank you guys all so much. Indeed. Seems like you're enjoying the games as well. This is really like such high level play, especially Infi. And I hope we go into like 3 base versus 3 base here.
Yeah.
Hopefully not too many tanks, but I'm in the mood for like a 40-hour game here. 40-minute game. 40-minute game.
Did you catch the Race War games, by the way?
I saw some of them.
Infi versus WFC on TM, man. Just mass love for this game. It was.
I don't think I saw that one.
Oh, that was the last game of the tournament, I think. It was so good. And once again, like, you're so cursed. Whenever the Undead wins something big, you're not there. Except GCS, where you, of course, was there. As 1-2-0 won the first time. But first Undead Jera Cup, you're not there. Second Undead Jera Cup, you're not there. When that was special before the happy times. Now, Undead wins Race Wars, you're not there. I don't know, man. You're kind of cursed when it comes to Undead results.
Or do I curse the Undeads when I'm here?
Or are you maybe playing instead of someone else? Instead of guessing?
There will be some serious undercover shit going on.
Yeah. Good mood in chat, as it seems. Blix said only Hasuups provide 40-hour games. That is kind of true. Oh boy.
Hasuups on TM, yes.
Who was the human player? Was it Shriek? Shriek on LT, man. Oh,
Lost
still
Temple.
nightmares of those days.
We saw some Lost Temple in Mookup 100, right?
Yep, but only one game, I think. It was fun, though.
How was that? Fun?
That was fun, yes.
That was fun? Yeah?
Indeed it was. Like, it was.
How did the Undeads do on LT, I wonder?
Haven't seen those games. It was a human mirror, so it was quite interesting, because Hawk didn't go for an expansion and pushed and won that game, which was really something else. Not going for an expansion on Lost Temple is something we once again remind. We're waiting for him. By the way, if you followed Holtz Cup yesterday, Imperius, aka Mr. Winner, beat 1-2-0.
How is that possible?
Rifle push, man.
Yeah, I guess that's the answer. It's actually pretty good if you don't know it's coming. And apparently 1-2-0 was not acquainted with a legend that is Imperius.
I mean, he should by now. He's laddering so much at NetEase. He's playing.
That's
so many
true,
cups.
actually. And Imperius ladders there as well.
I don't know.
But what a big boost for Imperius. It's pretty cool. Defeating the best Undead, one of the best Undeads in the world. Still unsure if maybe Happy could give him a run for his money. But the Russian refuses to go to LAN tournaments, so we will probably never know. Because in the end, online is online and ladder is ladder.
Wise words, man. So, you hear the chains rattle. It's time for map 4 of Infi versus Remind. Match points for the Chinese human legend. And if he wins this, he's guaranteed top 2 of NSL 2017. Remind, of course, if he loses this, guaranteed top 3, which is already a good chunk of money. I will research how much exactly.
All right, we go towards the biggest map in our map pool. It's going to be Twisted Meadows. This is a really, really good Warden map. You can creep up easily and quickly and safely for the most part. Use one Ancient of War. Maybe even if you go for 2 Ancients of War, you can power creep so crazy fast. Counter Expo, pretty easy. And humans, of course, expansion, especially the Asian humans, they always go for that Expo. So I'm hoping for a long tier 3 game with hopefully not too many tanks. This being Infi, though, wouldn't be surprised to see some of them. And, well, if we want to go into the intricates here, it is surprising that the Altar of Kings is not being power built. So he may still go for the laboratory, but not with a fast Archmage. So he's taking his time here early.
True that. I think he's still going for the laboratory. I just researched the winner of this series has $4,400 guaranteed and only needs to win 1 series to get the big prize pool of $8,800. The loser is guaranteed rank 3. That means $3,600. So it's an $800 difference between winning this series and losing it. But if you win this, you have a 1-0 advantage in the grand final, so makes things so much easier.
Oh, really? They have the 1-0 thing?
I think that's what I learned from it. Oh, it's a Warden!
I think it's pretty predictable on TM. It's
not that good against tanks, so that's why usually you don't see her too much.
That's true. She is pretty damn bad against tanks, but the good thing here is you can rush level 5 with her, then go for the Panda, and he still can level up a lot here because it is Twisted Meadows. You can, of course, also go for the Panda earlier, which I think is the wise choice. Alright, Peasant finally sees this creep camp happening. Well done here by Remind, not getting the Wisps and Snare. That can already lead to quite a bit of danger. And the AM is going for the instant expansion.
Exactly, man. That is something I haven't seen in quite a while. You can go for Merc Camp first, which is of course not possible due to the starting position. You can go for the Nulls or Laboratory first, but Instant Expo.
Yeah. How does he reach level 3 now? Can he creep the Nulls with only the footies? The Period, of course, for him, very nice. The Warden might be on the warpath against him early on.
Huntress play by Remind with a proxy hall. No second engine of war though. Yet, at least. Ultimate sees the Warden now. This will be a greeting with the Shadow Strike if he sees her, but none of them has boots. Long range. The sheep still wants to cuddle. Those critters, man, they really need some love these days. And here's the second engine of war. It is Mass Huntress.
Wow. Haven't seen this in a while. Tier 1 Warden Mass Hunts. Okay. And of course the AM with going for the Instant Expo is going to have such a tough time reaching level 3. And that's the key part of this. Detonate against the Water Elemental if he wants to. Doesn't want to though. Wants to burn the AM instead. But this tower will be coming up.
There's no dust and there's no access to the laboratory, so he can't even scan if he wants to. No shop as well, so no region scroll. So I think Remind is doing a fairly good job in deciding to go for that Archmage and pressure him the entire time. He has to run for the shop now, going for staff and or boots, so that's quite a big investment. And that means can't power build that too much, but he doesn't go for it. Warden gets both of it and dust and sells it immediately. And the town portal as well. This is big commitment by Remind.
Agent of War is up at the Merc Camp. If he can creep this Merc Camp, that would be such a big deal for him. That would be level 3 or almost level 3. But for now, yeah, he cancels the Huntress in the Agent of War, and he's moving in position to creep. If Infi can find this creep and disrupt it, that will be big. But in the meantime, he's busy defending his peasants, actually. Oh, again, the building placement is so perfect by Infi there. With a tower, he can save the footy, at least from the Warden. But the Archer is here as well. AM has to staff in. The Warden is out of mana now, so the AM can feel a little safer. And only one hunt so far, but he's going to get another footy. Peasant, excuse me.
And that's 3 already, so you can only power build with 2. That's a very late expansion. He might lose one Huntress though into a surround. This
Oh,
tower
this is
doesn't really hurt.
so well done there. Putting the peasant into the corner, surrounding the hunt with it. He went to the other shop to get the dust. Well done.
Tier 1 commitment it is. Level 2.5. Staffing out. No rifleman, no tier 2. He has to establish his second expansion first. And now it's time to creep the rock golem. If this is a big mana potion, it's automatically level 3 for him.
Oh, the footy, will he see this? It's nighttime. He's coming in to scout now. It's a little late though. And the AM is a bit away. Can he even go in here? He's low HP. The warden has, yeah, too many shadow strikes.
Warden is surrounded there.
I thought for a moment he would steal it.
Yes, same, but I saw the experience bar rising.
Oh,
So
nice.
now with Merc support and Wand of Mana Stealing, which at this point is I think the second best item or third best, because getting rid of Water Elementals is so crucial against Huntress. Plus Wisp Detonate, plus Wand of Mana Stealing. So nice.
We have one guard tower coming up. Look at this. Mass peasants coming from the main, but didn't morph them into militia. Rare mistake from Infi. They're coming now, but they might be a little late. Reveal finds one more archer, but one guard tower is done. We have no wisps, however, moving over yet for AP support, which might mean that he's counter-expanding behind this.
Early Fan of Knives for him. Now the militia kicking in, but it's 4 Huntress already. They won't do such a big job, and there's no shop for him as
There's
well.
no shop, exactly. It's what I just noticed. That's a big mistake. That's a huge mistake.
He doesn't have too many resources, so couldn't really go for it, I think.
But the shop is so cheap.
Oh, next Fan of Knives, 1 kill. He doesn't have the mana anymore. Even Fan of Knives can't help him there. Committing big to the Guard Tower now. Stepping out, is it enough?
That was 13 HP. There was one fireball. Jesus Christ.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Can be dangerous.
Nerves of steel right there.
In Mass Militia. This will delay his tier 2 so hard. Didn't start it and he's at 10 lumber. 10! It's nothing.
How much?
10!
10! Jesus Christ. I thought it was 10 first, but
No.
Alright.
It's 10.
It's 10.
Mass Militia. This is the AP push again, most likely. Is he transitioning into Glaives already? No, he's not.
And the Warden's 3.5. And the Demon Hunter already was scary on level 5, but imagine a Warden on level 5.
Yeah. And she has a heal scroll this time. And additional mana. Oh, that one Fan of Knives could hurt everything, and it does. Wand of Mana Stealing being used. No Water Elemental anymore, and that's exactly why this Wand of Mana Stealing is so strong.
He lost 2 Huntresses though, to only getting 1. Oh, that Fan of Knives though. Jesus Christ.
And he has
He's
one
gonna
more.
have another one even without the wand. He has the mana right now. Heal slow coming in for the Knight. Does the human have one? No, he doesn't. And the next Fan of Knives. That one looked not so scary, but still good damage coming out. And he has more Wands of Mana Stealing. Using it now. AM is level 3, but he can't summon another Water Elemental. Not at the moment.
Look at the base. Imagine the
look at the
Fan of
bag.
Knives
Holy
there.
shit, man. Oh
He's
my
super close, doesn't have Blink, but he buys so much time for the APs now.
God. Dude, the bag, like, imagine one scroll of regen would regenerate like 2000 HP.
Imagine one Fan of Knives could kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units.
Oh, juicy.
I don't know if
He
there's
has-
a damage cap on it. I think there's a damage cap, so.
He TPs to the back. Use the TP to use this regen scroll, but oh my god, the value.
Oh
boy! That is, I think that's the most healing we've ever seen from 100 gold.
Now I would love such statistics as in Dota. Like,
Yeah.
HP healed with a single heal scroll. That's nuts.
Warden staffs towards her shop, and it's gonna be time for some clarities now. Still no transition. Mass tier 1 pressure. Oh, but now she abandons her APs, and this standing army for the Night Elf isn't all that scary.
Oh, the APs are finishing, but he needs a lot of repair, but there's no Wisp anymore. He has to save it now with Fan of Knives, otherwise the game might be lost at this point. He's diving in, he's going for it, doesn't deal too much damage, and especially important, doesn't get the kills either.
Level 4 now for the Warden, though. This is where it starts getting really scary.
Should have blinked now, I think.
Oh, and look how safe Infi is feeling. He's teching. He pretty much thinks he has held this.
Blacksmith is coming, so he can go into Rifleman soon. But here's the first glaive thrower. Of course, one
But
glaive
only
thrower
one
alone
isn't too
doesn't do too
scary.
much. Ah.
A player's
Second one is
forces
coming.
are under attack.
Basically the same game as on Last Refuge, and we oftentimes call Last Refuge a little twisted.
We do?
I do. Maybe you're
Alright.
not listening to me then, but yeah, I do. I think there's some similarities to that.
Alright, here comes the glaive thrower siege. But the AM is gonna have so many water elementals. There we have 2. And he has to go back, but of course he needs to be afraid of this one. She's only barely level 4 though. Gonna get one more kill here. But again, good for the micro. Moving them back before giving up the kills. But the water elementals, they won't be getting away.
Player's forces are under attack.
And Warden, she's chalking up more and more XP.
This time we have repair, mass militia coming in, the Warden on the chase, but he moves them back. Oh, it's level 2 Shadow Strike, no blink at all. So this is pressure on the Archmage for sure.
Oh.
Huntress again in trouble, moves them back.
He's gonna be tier 2 here in a moment, so you can buy healing potions. That is a godsend. I would have loved for the Night Elf shop to be closer to his army. I think this is really hurting him. The Ancient of Wonders is so far away.
3 Shadow Priests, by the way. Do they have mana left on them? No, they're completely empty. Warden again has the staff. Moon Juice is empty. Double Clarity. Plus an Invis potion early.
Oh, that's cool. She can go into the back and then,
Player's forces are under
surprise,
attack.
surprise, snatch a lot of kills. Militia coming again from the main. These are easy kills, however.
Yeah, well, the Warden is far away.
Yeah, once again, this shop being so far away is really, really hurting him.
Gets one of the glaive throwers, maybe even more. I think she has to reveal soon. Shadow Strike, Pen of Knives, Knives combo. And Archmage has to step out again, but how many glaive throwers can he get? He lost one already. Will it be 3? Was close to level 5.
Yeah, very, very
A player's
close.
forces are under
Second glaive thrower dead. Can't repair against it. This will be 2 dead footmen. That's level 5 for him. But also no glaive throwers anymore. The siege is broken.
Yeah, and tier 2 is done. We have Griffin Aviaries coming up in the main.
Nice. Dragonhawks, of course. Good amount of HP. They are a nice counter to Fan of Knives if you get the mass of it.
If you get level 6 and there are corpses nearby, though, you
Yeah.
may have an answer. But with those glaive kills, he bought himself
Player's
so
forces
much
are
time.
under
Yeah.
attack.
And he can't go for glaives anymore. He can't really go for Huntress anymore because the natural counter to that is Dragonhawks. The Warden is basically on her own.
Yeah, and remember, Infi has 2 maps already, so if he wins this, that's the win for him.
Guaranteed second place at NSL 2017 on the line here. Coming for more wisps, scouting the base a little bit, and he does continue to go for glaive throws. Still wants to break that, but it's just a matter of time once the Dragonhawks are out. 1 and 2 are there, 3 and 4 are coming. Mountain King second, and he's expanding again, as it seems. Going for that natural there. He feels so comfortable with this. Should he against the level 5 Warden?
Yeah, man, the
A player's forces
Avatar of
are under
Vengeance,
attack.
we have seen miracles happen with them. But yeah, you're right, he's expanding again. This will be level 2 for the MK as well. What's the Warden doing? She's not doing too much. Staff into the main base would be perhaps an option. He is, yeah. Tome retraining, Blink Fan of Knives, but that's very expensive on one base, of
Town is
course.
under siege.
He has 3 glaives now again. And this will, I imagine, force a response, and that might be more experience for the Warden.
Very interesting times here. We have
Players
4
are under
Shadow
attack.
Priest and the Berserker. That's his anti-air. Warden doesn't have an Orb of Venom, obviously. And 5 Dragonhawks. He didn't go into Tome of Retraining yet, right? So he does have Shadow Strike.
Yeah.
That's
Town
important.
is under siege.
Oh, the Hawks. I think you saw them. He has Ultra Vision. Alright, how much can he do against them? He has a bit of piercing damage. He has Shadow Strike. Level 3 Shadow Strike. Oh, really? That's surprising. AM.
Archmage has a town portal though. It's gonna be such a big distraction, but Remind is reacting. More archers. No hunts anymore. Gets the first kill, but the glaive throwers, man, they just melt! And are in shambles now. But he forces the town portal, buying more time for the siege.
Town is under siege.
Two
But on the
Dragonhawks
other side-
killed. That was more experience for him.
A player's
Second
again,
expo
are
is
under
almost
attack.
up. He does have lumber problems again. Since he didn't go for the laboratory, he can't go for Shredder.
In this potion again on the Warden. And a lot of mana this time. Oh my god, this is so expensive repairing this. He's using all of his peasants here.
Yeah.
And of course, APs are amazing against Hawks. Do you need tier 3 for Cloud? I'm not sure. Chat, do you guys know? Human players out there? I would say no as well, but I'm not sure.
Chat knows everything.
Chat is never wrong as well.
A player's forces are under
Chat, you're the best.
Sometimes it is. It seems like it. Like there is no cloud upgrade coming. Yes, you do need tier 3. Okay.
Oh, AM in trouble. He has an invul. Will that be enough to save him though? Pops the invul here. Warden has to chase. She has the boots. That's the kill. Or is there a TP? He needs to get the TP fast. Invis potion. Is that good enough? No, it's not. He finds the kill.
Oh shit! And that's a big step towards level 6.
surrounded.
5.6 now. No water elementals. No blizzard. And an item which is Sobi Mask.
Oh my god. Is Remind a clutching victory from the edges of defeat here.
Infi not going tier 3. Archmage coming back from the altar. That takes some time. He's still repairing, but he's mining at the second gold mine now. Towers are coming up as well. I think he didn't scout this. Ah, now he's getting it back.
The
from
Expo is
tavern.
falling. You can't save it. It's too much damage. First Expo dead.
Yep. There's another one. Don't
I
forget
thought
about
this
that.
game was over for sure.
A player's forces are under attack.
But not so fast. Not so fast.
Archmage walks into the arms of the army.
Town is under siege.
The Warden is coming in. She has the boots, the AM. He does have a TP this time though. And he will save himself. The Hawks. Does he anticipate this expansion? That's the question.
He has.
It's only one guard tower down there.
He town portaled. He sees he's not in the main. He sees
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
not
yeah.
at the expo.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean there
Uh-oh.
was no town hall, but
The
he
jig
knows
is
he's
up.
not in the base.
A player's
Ooh, that
forces
Mountain
are
King.
under attack.
He's level 2. That's good experience, but he has an invul. He has to disjoint the Shadow Strike and use it before.
Good mana
Warden's out of-
burns.
Warden's out of mana now though. So no longer so easy to find the kills, but a lot of archers, man.
And now he saw it, of course. 4 glaive throwers moving down while the APs are taking care of the town hall with piercing damage. They are in perfect range for this.
A town is under siege.
Damn, Remind!
Forces are under attack.
This
I thought this was
Q1.
gonna be over, but no. He staffs home once again. It's gonna be time for clarities once again. The Soul Mask, of course, so nice for him as well.
Tier 1, no expansion. He even forgets the Berserker at the Engine of War. Still able to break it. Infi is not going tier 3, can't afford it.
Oh, Blizzard.
That will help.
5 Shadow Priests, by the way. I think that's the most I've ever seen.
Yeah, I saw 4 once in TH versus Hawk. But 5 is nuts.
Alright, Warden. 200 mana. And a little bit. And he doesn't have to commit. These glaive throwers, 4, they will force a response. How? Infi, he's the king of surviving. But you need to do more than survive to win. Blizzard, a really good idea.
Yeah, question is how long, because Shadow Strike will hurt him. Of course, with the Dragonhawks now, Avatar is basically useless because he won't get corpses, except his own. So he has to go for Pen of Knives, like the full mana build. Actually fighting this, heal scroll being used, Mountain King in trouble again, has a heal scroll of his own. Uses it there, but the Expo is is down. He's trying to knock him down with Militia, but there's no repair! And the glaive throwers, man, they do the job. Mountain King dead as well. Level 6 Warden. And yes, he's losing quite a bit here. But
Dude, this is like 20 militia. What
Yeah.
the hell?
he's calling everything.
150 mana, right? For Avatar.
Yeah, but... I don't know, will he go for it? He does have the mana now. Yeah, there he goes. But he needs the kills now. Otherwise, it's a useless ultimate.
Yeah, you can kill the pigs.
Kill the pigs.
Yeah, man. They provide corp. Look at the peasants. This is like 40 peasants. What the hell?
Player's
I
forces
can't
are
count
under
that high. He called really everything. And the one...
It
he
wasn't
needs
40, but it was definitely like 25. What the?
But the
This game
Avatar is
awesome.
gone. The glaive throwers are gone. He's rebuilding the expansion.
Look at the main gold mines.
A town is
Huh,
under
they're
siege.
empty.
Yeah.
Are we really 23 minutes in this game? 21. Wow. He calls militia again. Where is the warden and the rest of the army? He needs him so bad.
Well, the Avatar Vengeance is in trouble. You really can't lose that one. You can't drink. Can you drink from Moonwells with her? You should, right?
Yeah, but he has more mana for
It's
it.
not mechanical.
Mass militia gets rid of APs. So it finally opens up that spot again. Infi has to expand very, very, very soon. The
And he
Expo is
did
up.
get the base up down here, but this is so easy to knock down.
And against Blizzard, is it
player's
really?
forces are under
He's
attack.
not expanding at the upper level, he's creeping the starting position. While his Expo is getting cancelled.
The Tree of Life should really start moving.
Yeah, but where?
Yeah, south, and then creep and stuff. Alright, Town Hall, that was not worth the investment. He got a little bit of money out of it, but no way it was the 600 gold or whatever that he had to pay for it.
A town
The
is
Red
under
Camp
siege.
gives him the Catgast Gem of Health. He would love to sell it to build a new base, but that's such a good item.
300 gold for Infi.
Oh, the MK. I think he's dead. Can you save him somehow? Staff, he transfers the talisman. The parry up, I mean. But it's GG.
Wow.
It's GG.
I did not expect Remind to win this map at all. And look at the smile on Remo's face that we go full distance here.
Damn. That was a
Every
cool game.
single map that was picked was lost in this series.
Yeah. And Mass Hunts Tier 1 is the strat to win, it seems.
Yeah,
And-
people needed some time to figure that out. How to Foggy was one of the first to do it. Then Lawlight followed up, and then Remind this is the next one.
I think the
What?
big mistake
Okay.
that game was not having a shop at the expansion.
Early, yeah, that's true.
But once the Night Elf sets up there with a couple of APs, it's so hard to break this. And of course, when it's a warden you're facing, you really don't want to feed her. But this is cool, man. This is like... This is the meta game shifting in towards a different direction. No longer, the standard Expo versus counter Expo into 75 supply push. It's cool that we have this variety now. And Terranos, that could be a game that goes either way. We could see a macro game from both, or we could see mass hunts again.
When Remind was playing TH on TS, he got Ruffle stomped in 6 minutes.
Oh, that's another part of Neo Bingo.
It is, like, we've seen this 4 times now, I think, on TS. And since we know how close Infi and TH are, they shared this. And Infi knows as well, so... That's really dangerous for Remind right now, if he did not come up with another solution.
All right, here we go again.
More than 1,000 viewers again. Thank you very much for tuning in to this 5th and final map of the winner bracket final of NSL 2017.
also pretty cool, of course. Later we're gonna have TH versus Moon, and I think we're gonna see very different games there. I would
Yes.
not put Moon on one base Huntress all in. Much more expect him to be playing the long macro mass expansion kind of game. So we're gonna have
played
an
it
interesting
before.
contrast.
He played it before, and he played many Tavern Heroes before. So
Yeah, that was so awesome, man.
I have no idea what to expect if Moon plays nowadays, to be honest. Like, you cannot predict anything anymore. But
Yeah, he
it's
still has to
TH,
complete
I
his
mean,
Tavern challenge. He hasn't gone
That's
for
true.
Naga first yet.
but he's playing against TH, who's not afraid to go for Tavern Heroes either, so... I mean, it's not that unlikely that we see a, I don't know, Tinker versus Beastmaster opening. But that's
That
for
would be
the
so
next
cool.
series. We will go into map 5. Players are ready. At least Remind is ready. And I'm super curious how he will play this.
All right, we're ready and getting started. Terranos, map to decide who secures himself top 2 and a lot of prize money to go with it. All right, my predictions have been pretty good today. I'm gonna say Warden and Goblin Lab Creep. I say that though because I think that's the best build in general. I don't know if Remind actually goes for that though. But
I
I've
think
already
it's-
said it, so
I think it's
Here we go.
too risky to go for the natural. But
but he's
in
doing
Peek
it.
and Can't, he's doing it right.
God damn.
Streak
messed
is
up my
broken.
predictions. Streak is broken indeed.
Oh man, I'm really afraid. He builds it very passive though. So this will be a little slower but more secure. But I wonder how fast he will send out his units.
I'm pretty sure he's going to scout this with the militia, as is the norm, and then move south and react accordingly. If creeping happens, he's going to harass, and if it doesn't, he's going to expand. If he goes for Warden with this Ancient of War positioning, that is so greedy. Let's see if he has the balls here to go for such a greedy opening in the last deciding game. Oh my god, he does.
It's gonna be key now how fast Infi scouts this and how he walks into the wrong direction.
But he's gonna figure it out. Is he gonna see it quickly enough for the AM though? Yeah, I think so.
But usually you push it with the first footman and militia and the archmage.
Yeah. But I think the footy is gonna go south. That is what I expect anyways. Alright, militia is gonna see it in a second, and then footy is already going down. Yeah, this has been established quite a while ago. I wonder if maybe Remind has a better answer this time. Already we saw him struggling on the first map on Echo, which is an easier camp, much easier than this one.
Warden is out. Archmage is out. Going south immediately.
A player's force
There
is
is
under attack.
3 wisps for detonate and repair. He goes for the repair immediately.
This is so scary.
Lightning
This
shield.
is so scary.
I'm really afraid for Remind's winner bracket life right here.
Me too.
And he's pulling militia. This is a big harass. But if he can get the renegade, don't deny it, don't deny it. He doesn't, but he's afraid of the last hit. Goes for Fan of Knives, gets the big one, and Rune Bracers. That's quite decent. So he is level 2 at least. Oh, that block from the past. Sweet dreams are made of these.
Oh,
What
and
is
the ward
surrounded? He's not level 2, can't blink out, can't fight out. Oh no, and now the AOW.
Remind, even I know that this is super greedy. Why do you take this risk?
He's uprooting, he's getting repaired, but not for much longer. Warden is back with Fan of Knives. He has to kill a lot now for level 2. There we go. This must be Fan of Knives Blink. He can't go Shadow Strike with this build.
Arcane Tower in the most unusual spot.
He gets the Moonwell up though. That is some juice for him. That's more Fan of Knives.
Oh, nice splitting from the water elementals. They almost got both detonated. And of course, keeping the Warren from level 3. That's the key here. She gets a little bit more experience. Ancient of War has been cancelled again. More detonates coming in. And the AM, well, he has only 40 experience.
Exactly, that is a super expensive harass. Like, you
Oh,
can't...
AM surrounded. He saw
No
his TP.
way! Steps out now. There's no Shadow Strike.
That's a lot of damage. That's so much damage. And she has another Shadow Strike. And she has the boots.
Oh, he steps there. But he takes care of the towers first.
Kill the AM. He can kill the AM. Kill him. Kill him.
Yeah. No boots. Steph on cooldown. No, he lets him go.
What?
Players' forces
What?
are under attack.
Does he have blink or what? I think he has blink.
Yes, of course.
No, I didn't see the blink. Oh, okay. There was a panicking a little there.
But I
Man.
think for how bad this engagement was for Remind, he's salvaging this so well at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah, absolutely. And he has to go for a tower push here, but it's only arcades, and it's not even close to the main. This is so weird.
He's trying to
The
get a
war-
second Engine of War up, which failed until now.
That's another cancel. Well,
Moon Juice is low though, and so is the Warden
Town is
out in the
under
main
siege.
base. There's at least one more.
I can't believe he kept that Ancient of War alive, man.
Yeah,
How
that
was that
incredible.
possible?
I have no idea. Oh.
And it was so important that he got the last hits. The AM still is on only 65 experience.
Yeah, it's such a
Players'
big gamble.
forces are under attack.
Most of the time it works well to go for it. Does he want to dive? He's kind of blocked there. He has no spells anymore thanks to the Arcane Tower, so that's good. But Lumber Mill is finished and Guard Towers are coming up. Of course that position is not ideal to start a siege. Militias are coming.
And of course, the Warden isn't so good against
Oh,
towers.
Shadow Strike now! You were right, it's not Blink, it's the Archmage!
Kill him! Kill
Yeah.
him! He denied him! He gave him the chance to deny.
Another Warden is low. Has to run away. That's level 3 for her. But the Fan of Knives. If he gets the... Yeah, he gets Clarities now. Oh, this is looking so good! And he taps out. Unbelievable defense by Remind, who just earned himself $4,400 and at least the silver medal of NSL 2017. Plus a big advantage in the grand final where he already has a 1-0 lead.
Damn, that was a cool series.
How?
And
How? Just how?
so crazy. Usually, when that camp gets disrupted, the Ancient of War dies,
Yeah.
the Warden gets pressured into submission, and it's over.
Yeah.
But
Not this time
Did-
though.
did Remind maybe bait this? Did he know
Chet
this was
was
coming?
saying this like it was a bait. He had really cool responses with like a very early Moonwell next to the Ancient of War.
Yeah.
But you can't plan this, I think. You can't plan to keep the Ancient of War alive. You can hope, you can dream.
Damn. That was really cool. That was really cool. And Remind, yeah, as you said, the surprise of the tournament now all the way through to the top 2 finish.
Wow. Really, really cool to see this series. And more craziness is coming because maybe the two most creative players of all time will face in the lower bracket semifinal. It is time to swap the players. We keep the matchup. It's gonna be Moon versus TH coming up. In another best of 5, the winner has to go through 3 different opponents at the NSL Grand Finals. The winner is guaranteed bronze medalist and will face Infi there. We go into a little break. Give us some time to rest, go get some snacks and drinks and make a salad or whatever. Because we're gonna be right back in a few minutes with NSL 2017. Jesus, what year is it? And Moon versus TH. Be right back.